Welcome back to Penny Collector, your trusted channel for everything about rare, valuable, and collectible coins. Today, we are diving deep into the story and the details of the 1996 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. This coin may look very common to most people, since millions of them were minted and circulated across America. But collectors and coin enthusiasts know that even modern coins like the 1996 nickel can hold history, interest, and sometimes value far beyond their face value. So let's explore its background, design, mint marks, and what the market says about its value today. The Jefferson nickel has been one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage history. It was first issued in 1938 and replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlegel, the obverse of the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the primary author of the Declaration of Independence. His profile faces left, and you will see inscriptions such as "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, in this case 1996. On the reverse side of the coin, you will see Jefferson's famous Virginia home, Monticello, along with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, Monticello, and the denomination 5 cents. This classic design remained largely unchanged for decades and represents one of the most recognizable American coins. Now, when we specifically talk about the 1996 nickel, it was minted in 3 different locations. The Philadelphia Mint struck coins with the P mint mark, the Denver Mint with the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins with the S mint mark. The mintage was quite high, with hundreds of millions of nickels released from both Philadelphia and Denver. Proof coins from San Francisco were specially struck for collectors and featured mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, making them more appealing and valuable today. This is why when we look at the market for 1996 nickels, not all coins are equal. A worn example found in your pocket change may not be worth more than 5 cents, but a coin in uncirculated or proof condition can be far more desirable. Condition, as always in numismatics, plays the biggest role in value. A circulated 1996 nickel in average condition will generally remain at face value. However, if you find a coin that has been well preserved and graded by a professional service, such as PCGS or NGC, you could see values increase. Uncirculated examples with bright luster and no scratches may bring anywhere from 50 cents to a few dollars depending on quality. The San Francisco proof versions, especially those still in their original mint packaging, can fetch several dollars in today's collector market. In extremely high-grade conditions, such as mint state 67 or higher, values can go up significantly, with some coins selling for $20 to $50 or more, depending on rarity of grade and demand from collectors. Another exciting aspect about the 1996 nickel is the possibility of errors and varieties. While most of these coins were struck normally, collectors always keep an eye out for misstrikes, double dies, off-center strikes, or coins with missing elements. These types of mint errors can drastically increase the value of a coin. Even a small error can make your coin worth dozens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and demand from collectors. This is why collectors carefully examine their nickels under magnification, searching for those rare mistakes that make a common coin into a prized treasure. So, what is the market value of the 1996 5-cent coin today? In average circulated condition, it is still worth just 5 cents. In uncirculated mint state condition, it can range from $1 up to $5 depending on the quality. The proof coins from San Francisco are usually valued between $2 and $10 depending on whether they are deep cameo or still sealed in their original mint packaging. Exceptional high-grade examples, certified by grading services, can reach much higher, sometimes crossing the $20 or $50 mark, depending on rarity of grade and demand from collectors. Special mint errors or rare varieties can push values even further, sometimes into the hundreds of dollars for the right buyer. In conclusion, the 1996 Jefferson nickel is a fascinating coin because, while it is still modern and not particularly rare, it represents a piece of American history and a long-standing design tradition. Collectors value it in higher grades and proof conditions, and there is always the possibility of finding valuable errors that can transform its worth. Whether you are a casual collector finding coins in your pocket change or a serious numismatist searching for pristine graded examples, the 1996 nickel has a place in your collection. Always remember to check your change, examine your coins carefully, and never underestimate the hidden value of what looks like just an ordinary 5-cent piece. Next up, we are taking a closer look at the 1988 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, since it is part of a design that has circulated for decades, but when you dig deeper, you realize that every year of minting has its own story, and the 1988 nickel is no exception. Whether you are a collector, a beginner, or just someone curious about coins, this episode will give you everything you need to know about the 1988 nickel, its history, design, mint marks, and of course, its value in today's coin market. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938 and was designed by Felix Schlag, who won a contest to create the new design replacing the Buffalo nickel. On the obverse side, the 1988 nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and a central figure in American history. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, which in this case is 1988. The reverse side proudly shows Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home in Virginia. Above the building is the phrase "A pluribus unum," while below it you will see Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This design has remained one of the most recognizable images in U.S. coinage and holds a strong place in both history and numismatics. Now let us focus specifically on the 1988 Jefferson nickel. This coin was struck at 3 different mints. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins with a P mint mark. The Denver Mint struck coins with the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint created proof coins with the S mint mark for collectors. Mintage numbers were quite large that year, with hundreds of millions of coins released into circulation from both Philadelphia and Denver. This means that finding a 1988 nickel in your pocket change is still very possible today. However, what really matters for collectors is the condition, rarity of grade, and any unique minting errors that can turn this common coin into something far more valuable. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. Circulated 1988 nickels are extremely common and usually worth only their face value of 5 cents. But when you find an uncirculated example with full mint luster and sharp details, the story changes. Uncirculated coins in mint state 65 or higher can bring values ranging from $1 to several dollars, depending on demand. Proof coins from San Francisco, struck with special care and polished dies, usually sell for a few dollars as well, especially when they are in their original mint packaging. The highest grade examples, such as Mint State 67 or better, certified by coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC, can reach much higher prices, sometimes $20, $50, or even more depending on rarity in that grade. What also excites collectors about the 1988 nickel are potential mint errors and varieties. While the majority of the coins struck were normal, some errors are always produced when minting millions of coins. Collectors look for double die obverses, double die reverses, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or coins with missing elements. Even a small striking error can raise the value significantly, with common errors selling for $10 to $50 and rare or dramatic errors reaching into the hundreds of dollars. This makes carefully examining your 1988 nickels a rewarding activity because you never know when you might uncover a hidden treasure. So, what is the market value of the 1988 5-cent coin today? For the average circulated coin, the value remains at 5 cents. In uncirculated mint state condition, you can expect values ranging between $1 and $5 depending on grade. Proof coins with the S mint mark usually range from $2 to $10. The highest grade certified coins, especially those graded Mint State 67 or better, can go for $50 or more. Special mint errors or rare varieties, if found, can reach into the hundreds of dollars, depending on how unique and desirable they are to collectors. So, the 1988 Jefferson nickel may not seem like a rare coin at first, but it's an important part of American coinage history and a great example of how condition and rarity of grade make all the difference in value. For collectors, it's a year worth keeping an eye on, especially if you can find pristine examples or proof coins. For those just getting started in the hobby, the 1988 nickel is a reminder that every coin in your pocket change has a story, and some may even hold more value than you think. Next up, we are going to talk about the 1984 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin may appear to be just another common nickel you might find in your pocket change. But as with many coins, its story is deeper than what meets the eye. From its design to its mint marks, its condition, and even its possible errors, the 1984 nickel holds plenty of interest for coin collectors and history lovers alike. So let's dive in and learn everything about this fascinating coin and its value in today's market. The Jefferson nickel design is one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage history. It was first introduced in 1938, created by designer Felix Schlag, and it replaced the famous Buffalo nickel. The obverse of the 1984 coin features the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the most influential founding fathers and the third president of the United States. Alongside his profile, you will see the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and of course the date, which is 1984. On the reverse side of the coin, we find a detailed image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. Above the building appears the phrase E pluribus unum, while below it you will see Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This design remained largely unchanged for decades and is beloved by collectors for its historical significance and timeless style. Now, let us focus on the specifics of the 1984 nickel. It was minted in 3 different locations, each with its own mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins with the P mint mark, the Denver Mint struck coins with the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint created special proof coins with the S mint mark for collectors. As with most Jefferson nickels of this era, the mintage numbers were very high, with hundreds of millions of coins struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Because of this, circulated examples are very easy to find, and most are worth just their face value. However, the true excitement comes when you start looking at the higher grade examples or the proof coins, where rarity of condition can make a big difference in value. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting, and the 1984 nickel is no different. A typical circulated coin found in your change is still worth just 5 cents, but uncirculated coins with sharp details and strong mint luster can be worth significantly more. In Mint State 65 condition, values may range from $1 to $5 depending on demand. Proof coins from San Francisco, with their polished dies and mirror-like surfaces, often sell for a few dollars each, especially when they remain in their original government packaging. For those rare coins graded at extremely high levels, such as Mint State 67 or higher, prices can climb much higher, with values reaching $20, $50, or sometimes more, depending on collector interest. Another factor that adds excitement to the 1984 nickel is the possibility of errors and varieties. Minting millions of coins every year means mistakes sometimes happen, and collectors love finding those unusual examples. Some error types to watch out for include double die obverses, double die reverses, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins with missing elements. Even minor errors can increase a coin's value to $10 or more, while dramatic and rare errors can push the value into the hundreds of dollars. Careful examination with a magnifying glass can sometimes reveal details that turn an ordinary nickel into a prized collectible. So, what is the market value of the 1984 Jefferson nickel today? In circulated condition, the coin usually remains at face value, worth just 5 cents. Uncirculated coins, especially those in mint state 65 or higher, can be worth between $1 and $5. Proof coins from San Francisco generally range from $2 to $10, with deep cameo examples often fetching the higher end of that range. For the top quality certified coins, especially mint state 67 and above, are the real standouts, as they can command prices of $20, $50, or even more, depending on collector demand. And of course, rare mint errors can make your coin worth much more, sometimes even hundreds of dollars. The 1984 nickel is a wonderful reminder that even modern coins carry history and potential value. While it may not be the rarest coin on the market, it's a piece of American coinage that deserves recognition. Collectors appreciate it for its place in the long-running Jefferson series and for the potential of finding high-grade or error examples. For beginners, it's an easy year to collect since circulated examples are plentiful, and for advanced collectors, it offers opportunities to hunt for top-quality certified coins or rare errors. Next up, we are going to explore the 1999 United States 5-cent coin, better known as the Jefferson nickel. At first sight, this coin may look like just another piece of change that most people overlook in their pockets or coin jars, but for collectors and history enthusiasts, the 1999 nickel carries significance, especially because it is one of the final issues before major design changes came in the early 2000s. In this video, we will talk about its design, mint marks, production numbers, collector interest, and of course, its value in today's coin market. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, when Felix Schlag's design replaced the Buffalo nickel. On the obverse side of the 1999 nickel, we see the familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and the third President of the United States. Alongside his portrait are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, which is 1999. Turning the coin over to the reverse, we find Jefferson's home, Monticello, one of the most iconic designs in American coinage. Above it are the words, E pluribus unum, and below the inscriptions Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This design remained unchanged for decades and became one of the most recognizable coins in everyday use across the nation. When it comes to the 1999 nickel, it was struck at 3 different U.S. mints. Coins minted in Philadelphia carry the P mint mark, coins from Denver bear the D mint mark, and San Francisco struck special proof coins with the S mint mark for collectors. The total production numbers were very high, with hundreds of millions produced at both Philadelphia and Denver, ensuring that the 1999 nickel is still commonly found in circulation today. Proof coins from San Francisco, however, were struck in much smaller numbers and were sold directly to collectors, often in annual mint proof sets. As with most coins, the true determining factor of value for the 1999 nickel is condition. A circulated coin you might find in pocket change is worth only its face value of 5 cents, but an uncirculated example can bring much more. Coins in mint state 65 or better often carry values from $1 to $5, depending on overall luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. The proof coins from San Francisco, especially those with deep cameo contrast, generally sell for $2 to $10 or more, particularly when still in their original government packaging. High-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC, especially those graded Mint State 67 or higher, can reach into the $20 to $50 range, and sometimes even higher, depending on rarity in that grade. Another area that excites collectors about the 1999 nickel is the possibility of errors and varieties. Errors occurred during the minting process, and with such large production runs, mistakes do happen. Some of the errors that collectors seek out include double die obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins with partial missing details. Even a minor error can turn a 5-cent coin into something worth $10 to $50, while more dramatic errors can easily sell for $100 or more, making it well worth checking your 1999 nickels carefully. So, what is the market value of the 1999 5-cent coin today? In circulated condition, it is worth only 5 cents, which makes sense given the high mintage numbers. Uncirculated coins in mint state condition can range from $1 to $5. Proof coins from San Francisco usually sell between $2 and $10, with particularly sharp and attractive examples fetching more. Certified high-grade coins in Mint State 67 or better are much rarer and can command prices of $20, $50 or beyond depending on collector demand. And of course, rare mint errors can push values into the hundreds of dollars, depending on how unique and dramatic the error is. The 1999 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another modern coin, but it holds importance for collectors because it represents the last era of the long-running Felix Schlag design before the U.S. Mint began making design changes in the early 2000s. For newer collectors, it is an accessible and affordable coin to add to a collection, and for experienced collectors, it offers opportunities to seek out high-grade certified examples or rare errors that can carry significant value. It is also a reminder that every coin, no matter how common it appears, has a story worth exploring. That wraps up today's detailed look at the 1999 United States 5-cent coin. I hope you enjoyed learning about its design, mint marks, values, and collector interest. Remember, coin collecting is not just about money. It's about history, preservation, and discovery. This has been Penny Collector, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into American coins. Thank you for joining me today, and as always, keep searching your change and keep collecting, because your next great find could be waiting right in your pocket.